6 when it should have been.
I call the honourable member Mojo Mathers. Tēnā koe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Green Party is extremely pleased to be supporting this bill. Like others before me, I would like to thank all of the committee members for the constructive approach on this bill. And I would like to acknowledge that, as has been raised beforehand by Dr. Paul Hutchison and by Marion Street, that there were elements of this bill that were quite challenging for us to deal with, and that we all had to cross various aspects of the bill make a bridge between things like the challenge between scientific and traditional evidence, the challenge posed between different categories of food, natural health products and supplementary products and medicine. But overall, we are very pleased with this bill. And one of the best outcomes for us in this bill is that it ensures that we retain control of setting the rules around regulation of natural health and supplementary products within New Zealand, rather than handing that over to a heavy-handed trans-Tasman regulator, as was originally proposed many years back. I would like to acknowledge the incredible work of my predecessor, Stu Casely, who worked incredibly hard on helping put the foundation for this bill, and her steadfast commitment to bringing in a low-risk regulatory scheme that is appropriate for the low-risk nature of natural health products. It has been pointed out that we need these sensible rules that protect both consumers and manufacturers, so that consumers can have confidence that natural health products that they use are safe, that they're not contain toxic ingredients and are not adulterated with medicines such as steroids, as is an increasing concern with some imports. We also need sensible rules so that New Zealand's reputation as a producer of quality natural health products is maintained. It is equally important that these rules are simple, low cost and easy to comply with, in keeping with the low-risk nature of most natural health products, so that consumer access and choice is not unduly restricted by excessive compliance costs. So we are very pleased that the Government has agreed to meet the cost of policy and regulatory advice and enforcement, as well as the capital costs for setting up the scheme. A major focus for us was to ensure that the rules balance the need for protection with the risk of the products involved, so that we do not end up strangling innovation, as has happened in Australia. We are particularly pleased that agreement was reached around our request to include a schedule of approved pharmacopoeia in the bill. This schedule will make the process of approving traditional claims for low-risk conditions straightforward for many natural health products and will help keep compliance costs down. We are also very pleased that products prepared as part of traditional medicine practice on a one-to-one basis had been exempt, as each product preparation is unique to the individual. Requiring each product to be notified would have made this practice unviable and impractical. The Green Party wanted to see a clause in the legislation to recognise the treaty. We are disappointed that this has not been accepted at this stage, and we will be moving a supplementary order paper at the committee stage to amend the legislation to include such a clause. I also want to acknowledge here some of the concerns that were raised by submitted to the bill about what they felt might be potential impact. And in part, some of these submissions were because of confusion with the food bill. One common concern that was expressed was around the delegation of powers under Clause 45. Some submitted expressed the concern that this would mean that at some point in the future, regulation powers would be delegated back to an overseas authority. And officials advised us that because Section 41 of the State Sector Act in 1988 only allows public service chief executives to delegate on behalf of the authority, and they can only delegate to public service employees, any delegation of powers will be constrained by these requirements. So we are confident that under this bill, there will not be any delegation of power to overseas regulators. Another common concern expressed by submitters was that this bill would stop people from making their own home remedies for personal use. These concerns are unfounded. The bill covers the regulation of natural health products and supplementary products for sale and distribution in New Zealand, where the term product refers to the total product, which includes the ingredients, the packaging and the claim. And this bill does not affect products prepared by individuals for personal use rather than for on sale. And so people will still be able to prepare their own herbal remedies that have been passed down through the generations. We are pleased that the government has committed to ensuring that the detailed regulatory work that will affect much of how the bill works in practice will be undertaken in consultation with both the industry and public. It has been an incredibly interesting experience for me working on this bill, and I have really appreciated the advice from ministry officials who have had to deal with numerous inquiries from the committee on various aspects of this bill, as we sought to gain clarification around the boundaries of different aspects. As part of our Memorandum of Understanding agreement, the government has also agreed that the Green Party will be involved in every stage of the development of the regulation, and I am looking forward to being part of this process and working for the best possible outcome for consumers and manufacturers alike.
I call the Honourable Member Barbara Stewart.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.